some of you might remember this one here. I'm still working on it. I still haven't got the steering finished yet, but I've just been busy with other bits and pieces. But I finally found another a 2-row pulley for the steering to go under here. So now I can start making the shaft for it. But strangely enough, I was looking through the for sale ads, and this came up for sale. Don't mind the picture on the front. But it took me a 6.5 hour drive to go get it and 7.5 hours to bring it back. I had the axle fall out of the trailer, so I had to stop and put all that back together, but it took me an extra hour. But this one here is a much earlier one. You can tell by the shape across the top of the steering. My one's got quite a flat section where the handlebars went in, whereas this one here is an earlier model, which is all steering wheel with supposed to be forward controls and all that. And it came with a set of forward controls. It's only got a little 15 on the back of it, but apparently previous to the person I bought it off, it was raced with a 40 horsepower. So 40 horsepower would be insanely fast. Like, I've got 25 on mine, and it gets along really well. It does about 36 or 38 knots, I think it is, with a 25. So with 40 on this one, and it actually seems that the slightly older one seems to be a bit lighter. I don't know, just feels a bit, but I think because mine's been re-gel coated, it seems a little heavier. But this one's been, you probably can't really see, but all the way up through the tunnel there's been sealed with panels along the side, which reinforces the side decking for the floor, stops it from doing this. But they've sealed it all the way to the nose, so that these are completely air sealed, it'd be almost like a hard-bodied RIB, which means you could completely swamp it and it would never sink. So, and I did notice on the side of it there is name of a beach there. I'm not too sure which one it is. Colan something or other beach, Colando Beach or something. I'm not too 100% sure, but so I've obviously taken offshore quite happily. But with a 40 horse, it would be absolutely mental insane. So I might have to find a 50 to go onto this one, maybe. Keep my other one over there as my the passenger craft, I guess you could say, and turn this one into a race car, I suppose. But it'd just be nice to have a pair to race up and down the river with somebody else enjoying the same toys, rather than just having the one and taking turns. But yeah, it came on a trailer, so I ended up paying 800 Australian for it. It's got some quite interesting paintings on it, some airbrushing, but I'm going to strip them all back and get rid of that. I'm going to make redo this one in the old school retro red, and this one here I believe has an original very light blue. Yeah, you probably can't see it under the paint there, but under the gel coat, but the old original colour looks like it was quite blue, almost the same colour as the old Frisbee there, so the old retro blue. So I'll have a pigeon pair, and I'm going to try and build a trailer to mount them both on the same trailer, so it's like one above the other, so I only need the one trailer to take them both. But yeah, so this is my new little project as well. So yeah, I'll keep you all posted. I'll be getting back into them very shortly, so I'll post some more videos on how I do the steering in this blue one, and how I get on with this one. So at the moment I'm looking for a suitable 40 horse or 50 horse, as long as I can find something light enough. This is just the old Seahorse Evinrude 15 horsepower. Yeah, really old little girl. Apparently it goes quite well, but I might just chuck that in the garage with the rest of the old outboards. But if I can find something really, really gnarly, since this one's basically unsinkable because there's nowhere to open in the back, that's all been sealed off, and they're completely air sealed all the way to the front, so they can't fill with water whatsoever, and I believe they are filled with polystyrene. So you could swamp it, flip it upside down, do whatever, and you'd never sink it. So it's just the motor on the back you'd have to worry about upside down. But if you had a kill switch on your rust and killed the engine fast enough, you'd probably be alright. But it has got a much different transom to my other one. As you can see, the shape of the back of my one over there has got a different shape. It's all been cut away, whereas this one here is still the original shape. So this one hasn't been, it's still got the curve there, whereas my one's been reshaped up here, and it's got some toe rings for water skiing and that sort of stuff behind it. But and the transom's been reinforced in here. It's much thicker than the one that's in here. So this one must be a much earlier one, I think 60 something. I think he said it was about a 66 or 67, something like that, maybe 68. But yeah, so that's the new one. Yeah, I'll keep you posted as I get into it. And the other thing I noticed too with the steering wheel, it's got a it has a Morse cable for steering instead of the wire ropes like my one has. So it'd be interesting to see how the old steering wheel works as compared to handlebars. So I don't know, because you wouldn't be able to, you would have very limited throttle. I mean, you'd only have to use your forward controls down here, set your throttle and steer it, and the other hand you'd have to take off to pull the throttle back in an emergency. Whereas with the handlebars, I had it all on thumb throttle, so if you had to be on or off the gas, it was just that quick, and you never had to take your hand off the steering wheel. And off the steering, you could turn the outboard completely one side to the other as fast as you wanted. Whereas a steering wheel, you've got to, it'd be winding it over. I guess at high speed with a 40 or 50, that would be the better option. But I guess it would just be full throttle and hold on for dear life and just try and keep it straight. Whereas the other one over there, you could flick it around on itself and turn it right around. It turns as sharp as a jet ski. Probably sharper than a jet ski, actually, to be honest. But yeah, I'll keep you all posted as I progress with them. And yeah, thanks for watching.